When I had told a friend that I was thinking about moving to Las Vegas, I remember her asking me, "Oh, what are you afraid of um, moving?" And I said to her, she started naming things that, oh, she started naming things that seemed like pretty much like familiar to her of like what would be scary. And I was like, no, I'm worried about my family. And this trip essentially confirmed that life is a lot easier when I am just like doing my own thing in my own world. And like, I used to think that my independence was, I have a very interesting therapy session happening when I get home. I know that, just to know that. And I think that my therapist is going to be relieved when I tell her that I'm actually not going to move here, or at least not yet. The city's been really good to me. I've had really positive experiences in terms of like strangers. The energy's right. It's just, I don't want to be around my family. And when I say I don't want to be around my family, I also mean that I don't want to be around my family and any extension of them. I don't want my mom to help me move. I don't want any financial backing. I really do have to figure this out. Like, I just know that my lesson in life is really about me building this shit on my own. And of course, that's a hard pill to swallow. I know I say that all the time on here, but like sometimes that is a hard pill to swallow. And I feel like sometimes I would allow just like certain things to make me feel like, there's a lot of homeless people here. I feel so bad for them. My therapist is always trying to help me figure out, what this whole deal about my independence is. But I definitely have to come back to her on Sunday, not Sunday, or whatever day I go to therapy, and let her know that the reason I'm independent is because I literally have no choice but to be, because like the people who can help me definitely are actually more of a burden than they are actual support, because it's just like, it's just much better when I know that I could do it myself, or I can find the solutions to getting there, And I actually end up feeling much better when I'm able to do that. And I think that taking help from my mom or my brother, anybody else, definitely is going to put me in a situation I just don't want to be in. I work too hard to attain peace for me not to continue to have peace. And I will fight tooth and nail for my peace, for my sanity, for my joy, for my passion, for me. And like, this is like the most exciting thing about life, is figuring out. So like, I don't feel like this trip was a bad trip. It just opened up my eyes to things that I had already intuitively known for a while. And I think the struggle is that I can't leave New York not fully trusting myself, because if I really trusted myself, I would have never stayed with my brother. I would have never told him I was even coming, and I could have just like figured, I would have rented a car and just like did my own thing. And like, I'm super grateful that my mom is willing to help me in certain areas. But the problem when you have a mom who, the kind of mom that I have, and like, I think what's annoying sometimes about the internet is like, there are people who have a parent that is like, I'll do anything for you, but I want to show you. And they were, it's not that they were the Brady Bunch, and it's not that they were the Cosby Show. It's just that they really molded the relationship with their kids that happened when they're a kid. And I think for me, where I'm at is that I never really felt that support emotionally from my mom. And even now, like, I got upset earlier when I was talking to her, and I was like, trying to explain something about how I was like viewing everything and how things were making me like form these decisions. And her favorite thing is like, I don't give a fuck. But I do give a fuck. Like, that's the kind of person I am. The reason I give a fuck is because that is my body telling me. The reason I give a fuck is because it's warning me of something that I need to stay away from or to be aware of and to be in tune with myself. And I feel like that's like my greatest gift, is that I'm really truly in tune with who I fucking am. And I usually get that when I'm alone. I'm literally, the doors are locked, but I'm literally downtown in the rental by myself. I drove for like 10 minutes to just quiet my brain, to just get myself centered, to get myself right, so that I don't have too many opinions. And I feel like with my mom, because of just like, you know, the dysfunction and her not going to therapy, her own anxieties, like, I'm so grateful that that I'm on medication, that I'm fucking medicated. Because getting medicated helped me get, oh gosh, sorry guys. Getting medicated helped me get regulated. I don't come on here to be like, oh, I'm on medication to sound like these crazy ass white people. I seriously got regulated, and the more I got regulated, the more I could hear my thoughts without anything clouding it. And like the last 48 hours, I've had so much anxiety that I haven't had in so many months. And I still take my medication. And that's because I'm just not in the right environment. And the right environment is with my family. And people who grew up with like dysfunctional families that, you know, a parent is missing, or they're emotionally absent, or they're physically absent, and growing up with a mom who didn't have her own emotional needs satisfied puts you in a vulnerable position. It's like, I do want to have a relationship with mom. I want her to understand, but like, she just doesn't understand. It's like talking to a child, and like, I don't want children. I have very little patience for anything or anybody. I like barely have it for myself. And I'm learning to like cocoon myself and take care of myself and baby myself and like really actually like care about myself in a way that I like really needed when I was a teenager, when I was a child. And like, I know it's not anybody's fault. It's my responsibility for me to take care of me. And like, I look forward to that. I look forward to my 45 minutes, sometimes an hour therapy. I look forward to taking my medication every day. I love when my ADHD medicine works. I love when I get to do the things that I want to do. And whenever I'm in the wrong environment and things get cloudy, I think before I used to people please my way through, trying to get people to like me and fit in and get into the hierarchy and get into the whole like, you know, behaving and doing things that were just gonna get me cared for. And like, the person who needs to like care for me is me. I genuinely do want to leave New York City. I do feel like that chapter, did I take my seatbelt? I feel like that chapter is over. It's been over, and I need to leave that apartment. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I thought I had this whole idea in my mind that I was going to have a really good time and I was going to do this thing. And I have been having a good time, but the energy between my brother and his fiance is very convoluted. It's just, it's a lot. That is all a lot. And I carry things very well, but that doesn't mean that it's not heavy. I've been carrying heavy shit since I was a kid. And like, I remember crying in therapy this week, like, I want a life of ease. And like, I could have a life of ease in Vegas, but it just would not involve what is familiar to me. And that's a challenge within itself. And like, I cannot take any financial support from my mom. I don't want to be indebted to her. I don't like being indebted to anybody, because all the people that I've ever like spent money on me, who've given me money, or, you know, like treated me to a certain kind of lifestyle because they were accustomed to it. So it's like, you're here. Anytime an argument would come up, or anything that I had a different opinion on, was always like, oh, but they did something for you. Perfect example, my oldest brother paid for a lot of things for my college graduation. And I graduated almost a decade ago. And my mom was like, oh, but he paid for your good. So I owe him for the rest of my life, basically, because he spent, I don't know, $2,000 or $3,000. And I'm not saying that was an easy number to, you know, separate from, right? But if that's how you think about me dealing with my brother, then I can't imagine what she would think with me taking money from her or taking anything from her. And I should probably start driving. Oh no, this guy's here with this dog. I should not be talking to my phone in a sketchy area. Oh, our brothers are so strange. Anyways, I'm glad that I got that off my chest. Everyone had scooters here too. Yeah, like there was still something to gain from it. It's just, I really want to be happy. And I know I'm not happy in New York. And I do feel like that chapter is over. It's just a matter of, I do want to go to LA, but LA is very expensive. I would have to have a car, and it's just like a lot of things on my mind that I'm like sitting with. And then I caught myself getting annoyed and be like, I miss New York. And if I'm missing New York while I'm here in the West Coast, how am I gonna adapt to like living in another city? But I think I'm missing the comfort of my own space, my own world, where like nobody can bother me. I feel like there's somebody on the internet that could relate to the fact that like sometimes when you grow up with trauma, when you grow up a certain kind of way, it's like sometimes you only had your own imagination, sometimes you only had your own room, you only had your own little like that little like nook of a corner that was yours. And like in a perfect world, I wish that things were different, but and nobody's perfect, right? I'm not looking for anybody to be perfect, but I tolerate a lot of stuff that I know that I shouldn't have to tolerate, that I don't want to tolerate, that I don't want to have to live with, that I don't want to have to, you know, like again, like I said multiple times, like I really do want to live a life of ease. And my apartment situation is not a life of ease when the fucking gas leak happened twice. I don't know why I feel like genuinely sad. I feel like really sad. And maybe I would just be happier if I just confidently just stick to being a bitch. And not give a fuck about what nobody else thinks. And but the thing is, not giving a fuck would like not talking to anybody would really make me happy. I'm a social person, but I hate people. And it's not that I hate my family. I just wish that everybody would get on medication and go to therapy too. You know, I wish they had their own safe space. You know, I wish there's a lot of things that I wish, and I know I need to just like create on my own. And like that's something that I do want to do wherever I move, is to find my own safe space, to find my own community, to find those kind of things. And it's not that I thought I was gonna find that like immediately when I got to Vegas, but I want a cookie. I think I'm gonna treat myself to a little dessert. I had dinner and a drink. I wonder if I should go to the casino too. Yeah. I feel like I've taken you guys on such a whirlwind ride through these episodes, and I hope that you're thoroughly enjoying it. And the funny thing is, I know my family watches it. You know? And to somebody that's like, oh, you're saying family business, man? Do the Kardashians not do the same thing? Do the Kennedys not do the Trumps? Everybody does that. Everybody fucking talks about their business. And it's not that I'm giving details, because if I give you details, girl, I have 1 million followers. There's so much fucking chisme in my family. And like, it's not that I'm trying to expose it. I just know that like, I know that I do not need or want my family's approval. I'm definitely not looking for myself to be validated by them at any oh, a kitty. Like, I'm not looking for them to like approve or deny me like a fucking credit card loan in terms of my decisions in my life. I feel like sharing was where I fucked up, because everyone's projecting their own shit onto me, because their own financial stuff, their own stuff, and what's missing in life. And I feel like because there's no excitement in my mom's life, I'm just like this puppet that she can control and try to be a part of, because she doesn't really have anything going on with her life. And I say that with love and honesty and in truth, because I hear the way that my mom talks about certain things and certain people, and it's just, It's sad. But I feel that way about my siblings too, like the way that they live their life and they're talking. And I don't care if it sounds like judges, like the way you live is sad. And as someone who spent a very long time feeling sad and being sad about certain things and just feeling like I could literally end this all right now, I'm so grateful that I like took care of myself so that I can feel good again. And like the next chapter of feeling good, I want that to commence. I want that to happen, and just doesn't feel like that's happening in New York. And so I need to get back in grind mode and save my money and do my own thing, because it will generally bring me peace of mind if I do not take anything from my mom. No advice, no opinions, no thoughts, nothing, including finances. I should just be a sugar baby though.